Hi, thanks.
How are you?
I'm really good, thanks.
Excellent. So Heart That's Pounding is the new album, which is pretty glorious. But what was the motivation behind switching back to your real name as opposed to New Buffalo?
Well, it's funny because I had nearly finished making the album, and it was my label in America, or Canada, they're based in Canada, Arts and Crafts. They just sent an email one day and said, would I think about being Sally Seltmann for this album? And I had already been thinking about it because I found it confusing getting up on stage, and I'd get really anxious about saying, do I say I'm New Buffalo or we're New Buffalo? So I kind of like changing and just decided that it was the right time for me to just go by my real name now.
It sort of feels quite nice too, because I think there's not that the other records weren't confident, but there's a sort of brightness and a confidence to this record that feels fresh too. So it's kind of nice to have a new beginning on all fronts, I suppose.
Yeah.
What was the writing process for this record like?
It was like my normal style, which is every 6 weeks or so I usually just write a song no matter what I do in my life.
That's very disciplined.
I think I'm just born to, I don't know, it's what I was born to do, or one of those funny things. But so I already had quite a few songs written, and then just about a few months before I started recording the album, I wrote Harmony to My Heartbeat and On the Borderline, and like a few of them all in one go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like that, just go about doing what I do, and usually we'll write a song.
Were you consciously going for a more upbeat sound, or was that just what emerged through the songwriting?
No, I really consciously wanted to make a much more upbeat album. I found my last New Buffalo album, I made it by myself in a very sort of solitary fashion, and it felt really emotional and draining for me to perform that album live. And so I thought, okay, I want to write songs where I get a band together and we just have a lot of fun playing kind of catchy sing-along songs together. So
Along those lines too, I guess, to go from that solitary, almost home recording style of putting the record together to something a bit more conventional, was that a freeing experience this time around, or was it a little bit more difficult to actually readjust back into working with other people and not being in your shed?
I really enjoyed it because I find I'd often get really lost in my own head and not talk to people and become very socially awkward. But doing this album, and because I recorded this album with Frank Titas, and he just really helps to keep me staying really focused, and really pushed me with my vocal performances. And I would often get nervous about calling people to come and play on my album, but he really kept things up, so to speak. So
well, that's great. Well, we're going to keep talking about the album, but you've also brought in a little basket of songs today to do a bit of a guest program, which I'm very excited about, especially this first song. Would you like to introduce it?
This first song I'm going to play is Manic Monday by the Bangles.
Was this a particular favourite of yours?
This is a particular favourite, and it was a particular favourite in terms of how we were making this album. When we did pre-production, Frank and I, and he asked me to just bring in songs that I liked, and I brought in a few, and we finally got to the point where it was like, no, really, what do you really like? And so this is what I really like, and I like that Prince wrote it because I'm a big fan of Prince.
Yep.
And I love the Bangles. So,
Magic. Yeah. Oh, what a great song. That was the Bangles with Manic Monday from the Sally Seltmann Mega Mix, and she is with me in the studio now. You were talking before about how you felt a bit nervous approaching guests for the record. It's jam packed with friends and peers. Were they kind of guest appearances that popped up while you were recording, or did you have certain people in mind for certain songs?
The only thing I had in mind was that I wanted some male vocals on the album to bring in some toughness and balance out my fairy voice. I can't help that I have. So I really love the Middle East, but I didn't know them, so I kind of contacted them. But everyone else I pretty much knew, and just as we were recording, it'd be like, oh, we should get so and so to do this on that. So. Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of them turned up in the video clip too, didn't they, for Harmony? That's such a sweet song. Is it true that you wrote that when you found out you were pregnant?
Yeah, I did. And I wasn't going to tell anyone, and then I was like, I'm just going to say it. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good story. It's the sort of thing you've got to own them. Now we're going to keep playing songs from your extensive mega mix that you've got over there.
Yeah.
I feel like I should just go out and make a cup of tea and you can take over. What are we going to have next?
The next one I'm going to play is something that I've been listening to a lot lately, and it's my new thing that I'm going for in terms of what music I like. And it's a song called Peter by Peter Ivers. It's kind of like gay cabaret sort of Lou Reedy.
Cool.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Is that going to be the new direction? Gay cabaret Lou Reed?
Actually, it might be.
We'll wait and see. All right, here it is, Peter. Tori Pravin, and a song that I hadn't heard for ages, but I always just, those great songs where you hear them and you snapped right back to where you were when you first heard them. That was The Lady with the Braid, and I am here with Sally Seltmann, who I'm going to have to let go soon, but you are playing this weekend at the Corner Hotel, launching the record. Yeah. Looking forward to that?
Yeah, on Saturday night. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, sorry, I just woke up there. Because the shows we just did in America were just as a 3-piece, and we're playing as a 5-piece in Australia. So
great.
The band is really amazing, so
exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Cool. And so what's on the horizon after this tour? Just get it out there and then back into the shed?
Well, no, I'm actually going overseas to do... I'm working on something with some other people that some people seem to know about, but I'm still not telling anyone about it. So, yeah, I'm working on an exciting
That's very mysterious.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Does it involve songwriting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't press you for any further details. I'm not very good at the Who magazine angle. We are going to finish with a song from your record, though. It's the latest single, Dream About Changing. Yeah. How would you introduce this one, or is that like introducing your baby?
No, that's okay. Yeah, this song I didn't think was going to make it on the record.
Really?
I always felt really awkward and silly about the lyrics in the chorus and thought no one sings about being shy and it's really stupid.
That's what's so nice about it. Other things I can say about it is we got a really great drum track going, or Frank did, in the studio, and then Mark Manone, who plays bass on the record, he did some bum slapping into the mic. Great.
And now it's turned into this fun, loving kind of song about shyness.
Oh, it's adorable. Well, thank you so much for coming in and bringing in your mix CD. Sally Seltmann is playing this Saturday at the Corner Hotel, and you can get tickets at cornerhotel.com. Thank you for coming in.
That's okay.
I'll see you soon.